Yo, it is Mental Health Monday. First important topic, the movies. It was actually an if scenario. He never bought the tickets, so we ended up not going. We both were pretty much exhausted from work and just wanted to rest the day. Um, so yeah, it was an if scenario. He made it sound like he was gonna buy the tickets, and as much as I kind of didn't want to, um, because of always getting some weirdo sitting next to me chewing popcorn with their mouth open. And yes, you do pick your seats, but like, why the fuck would you pick a seat next to somebody you don't know? That's my question. Why the fuck would you do that? It's like some asshole when you park far away from everybody in the parking lot and some asshole, like, you got space on either side, and instead of parking away from you, some asshole decides to park right next to you and make it so you can't get in and out of your door. It's literally the same thing. Like, you're literally choking them out of their spot. It's like, bro, you got like 5 other fucking seats next to you that you can sit in. Why did you pick the one next to somebody you don't know? You're just fucking weird. There is something fucking wrong with you. If you need social interaction, you ain't getting it from me, for one. And because I don't know you. And two, yeah, you just don't fucking do it. Um, so yeah, in a way I was kind of grateful we didn't go because I really don't ever want to go to the movies again. However, I'm not gonna pitch a fit if it happens. I just don't want to sit next to some stranger chewing popcorn with his mouth open and not knowing if he might try to steal my shit. Like, I literally sit there with my purse clutched to my chest the entire time and can barely even focus on the movie anyway because some weird ass is sitting next to me that I don't know, instead of sitting a little bit further away and giving me fucking space. Because that's just disrespectful, in my opinion. Um, so, other topics. So, basically, what I did yesterday, played some WoW, mowed the lawn, took a shower, and pretty much just chilled. Because, yeah. So, as far as the playing WoW thing goes, a little bit of juiciness into that. I've been in so many guilds over the years, and have either been kicked or left for various reasons. I did not leave our guild, our classic guild, but a bunch of people did. And then when my one friend who I've been friends with for a very, 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 very fucking long time got on, uh, actually he was part of, was it on Storm Rage? I think it was on Storm Rage. We had a Christian guild on Storm Rage years ago, and that's how we met. He's literally the only one who I've stayed friends with since. I do have one of the other members from that guild on my Facebook, but I don't talk to her. And I do have her added on there, but she's not having, I guess, not having any desire to come back. But fair enough. Understandably. He only came back because of Classic being added. He was one of the ones that left. So I asked him what the deal was, why did everybody leave? He gave me an answer. Okay, valid, because you guys raid, you're more active in things that involve more people in the guild than I do. So I really don't have a reason to leave. I'm a casual player. I'm not going to say what those reasons are because I really don't give a fuck, honestly. But I understand it from somebody, you know, who is more active, especially when, you know, they raid and stuff, and there's just been situations, whether IRL or whatever, that cause a bunch of people to leave and start a new guild. Okay, fine. Because I don't raid, I'm fine staying where I'm at. I'm not going to leave. But because of the tension and me not knowing, and at least until he got back, somebody got on that I could actually communicate with, I decided to hop back over to my Alliance character, Catfart, who I had left that former guild because some dude in it was a dickhead to me. And I was actually kind of getting annoyed at the guild leader's constant obsessive message of referring to another game that they liked. I think it's something like Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know. And now I forget the guild name. It started with a W. I mean, if I ever see it again while I'm leveling her, then I'll know. But, because honestly, when I was originally playing with that friend, we were Alliance. And I guess something else happened where he went Horde and never looked back, which, yeah, it happens. I still, being a casual player, I like both. And sometimes I need a break from one and, you know, go to the other. But I get it, some people are Horde only or Alliance only. No, I like both. And my favorite class throughout the entire game, if you're just counting retail, is Worgen. It always will be because I love werewolves. I do like the Volpera a lot though on Horde. They're freaking cute. And I did make one on retail, but I don't know if the classic will ever get to that. Like, I just hope if it gets to Mist, they won't ruin it like they did Mist Classic, that's out right now, where the bag pattern is behind 2 fucking rep grinds instead of just randomly dropping like it originally did. If they do that, I'm out. I'm gonna go back to Vanilla Classic and play again, and I'll make a new guild there. So I was playing on my Alliance, went into Stormwind because I had left her somewhere else. I can't even freaking remember. I went to Stormwind. Surprisingly, a decent amount of people on. And I just randomly in trade chat typed looking for chill leveling guild. I almost immediately got a whisper. That it was a small guild, but we are leveling only, and if you want to give it a shot. And I said, yeah, sure, invite. And then I guess right after I joined that one, somebody else whispered me, I tried to invite, but you're already in one. And I said, yeah, sorry, I already got invited to one. So it's like, you gotta be quick. If somebody messages that, you gotta be quick to invite them. At least I got the respectful whisper first before they invited me. And turns out the guild name is called Only Dings. Now, I am 100% against OnlyFans. I don't care if people do it. That's you. But it will never happen on as far as my content goes. However, I don't mind joke things like that you start with only. So only dings make sense because we're only leveling. And back in the day when we used to level, as soon as you level up, you'd write ding in guild chat and everybody'd be like, grats. So that used to be the thing. So I could tell they were old school minded and that they played original WoW, and they were definitely very chill and stuff. Not been the most active, but I did get my character to level 30. However, I do regret not leaving her with enough gold, so I couldn't buy mount, but because she is a druid, she also has the travel form, which is a little faster than the normal cat form. And honestly, I do like the Draenei class, or as some people like to call it, space goats, because, yeah, they do kind of look like space goats. And we were joking about a bunch of different things before, everybody else went offline and, did IRL stuff. Because, it's a Sunday, sometimes people have family time, whatever. So I get it. And, so I leveled her to 30, got my travel form at least, until I get enough gold to buy a mount, or mount training, because I had that freaking pack. And then when I was talking to my friend, we got off the subject of what happened in Guild, why people left, which, like I said, is whatever. Don't care. I have no reason to leave because I'm just a casual player. I could give a shit less about anything else. If people are there to chat with in Guild chat, I'm cool with it. That's really all I need, honestly. Because I really don't have time with my busy life and schedule to raid and shit like that. Also, that's just work. Like, honestly, to me, that's just work. And leveling is just my relax time, which is why I like doing it. And you never know what's going to happen. You run into some funny shit when you're leveling. So, we were talking about, the two of us were just talking about back in the day, like when we started playing WoW. And talking about, like, our first guilds that we joined. And the first one I was in was one that my boyfriend's friends and cousins had made. So his friends from school and a couple of his cousins were in it. Now, those friends still have that guild on that server. And it sucks because it's one of the coolest guild names ever for a WoW guild. But we were talking about just the different ones that we were in, and then I said, yeah, plus, the Christian one that you and I met in, which I don't even freaking remember the name of it now. I only remember certain names, and I don't remember that one, which is weird. Because I remember Death by Snoo Snoo, Crits and Giggles, and then what I forgot to mention at the time, We Are Forsaken, which I'm still friends with the couple that ran that guild, but they get on from time to time, but not really. Like, they have a very busy life with their kids too, so I get it. And I'm friends with at least the wife on Facebook too, and at one point she crocheted Murloc plushies, which was freaking cool as shit. And I'm like, one of these times I gotta buy one of them from you. I do need to hit her up because I'd love to have a Murloc plushie, and a crocheted one would be fucking adorable. And then I got to thinking. I wonder how many people, this was way after our conversation, I was thinking to myself, I wonder how many people are still playing the classic era servers. Like the ones that are literally just going to stay vanilla classic. I wonder if there's still a lot of people playing it. And because it's Sunday, the weekend, more people are going to be on anyway. So it's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to check. I'm going to get on Pagel, and I'm going to look. And surprisingly, because this was probably around noon, maybe 11 a.m., noonish, there was a decent amount of people running around Stormwind. Now, my highest level character was a druid who is level 52. I left the guild because I was going to make my own. In fact, she might have a guild charter in her bags. I can't remember. And I was like, why is it still showing she has the tabard on when she's not in the guild anymore? Because I know I left it. So that server I had Alliance only. And it's a cluster of merged servers. So that's probably why it was relatively busy, because they're all merged. So, like, one of the servers I picked for Alliance, the other one I picked for Horde, because they had a Horde subsidiary guild. Their guild on Alliance, when I logged into one of the tunes that was in it, still in it, had been flagged for a name change. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, did this happen because of Blizzard's updating the rules, like reporting harassment and whatever? Or did somebody get offended by it and report it? Or maybe because they had a bad run-in with one of the players at one point. So it was labeled guild with a bunch of like letters and some numbers, and it was really weird. However, however they do it. Kind of like when they flag you for a name change if somebody reports your character's name. So the guild was literally flagged because I was like looking to see when the last time people were on in that guild, and this big warning sign pops up. Your guild leader needs to change their name, and I'm like, bro, they ain't even been on in like 2 fucking months. So I don't know when that happened. It's kind of fucking funny because it was called Pink Panties. And the Horde subsidiary is called Crusty Panties, which is even grosser, like just super gross. And it wasn't flagged, but not as many people got on the Horde side either. So I feel like somebody got offended by it. I didn't know you could report guild names, but I guess you can. Whatever. But I also forgot that they had switched to Dream Scythe, which is the Burning Crusade anniversary server, and they had made another guild over there, and it was not called Pink Panties. It had pink in the name. So it was implied, but like it wasn't inappropriate. I don't know, just something about the bright pink tabard does look cool as shit. Well, I will admit that much. And I was like, fuck, if anything bad ever happened in Old School Fools and I really had to leave it, I could just join the old Pink Panties Guild, even though it's not called that over there. And I did, because there is a way that you can see who's on in a certain guild. So, like, when I went back over to Dream Scythe and Horde, I typed in /who and then the guild name. There was one person on. So, my guess on that, if they basically just do raiding, then not a lot of people are going to be on except to level characters to raid with. So, do I really want to go back to it? Not really, because I was also in their Discord server and I left it because I just basically stopped playing with them. So I'm thinking if worse ever comes to worse and I have to, and I want to not play any of the other X packs that come out or that get re-released, and I go back to vanilla, I will make my own guild. And just leave Pink Panties. I will make my own leveling guild and just stay there. Because Classic, it takes a lot longer to level anyway. So yeah, your WoW talk for today. I know that was long for those that don't give a shit. I'm sorry. But I just felt like talking about it. So last night, rain, storms, blah blah blah. Today more of the same, which we need the rain. So I'm probably gonna turn my PC off. Um, I don't think it'll get too bad. I think it's just gonna be like, hopefully it cools things off. I think it's supposed to. It is quite muggy outside. 77 degrees, high of 86. It is not doing anything right now. 4 a.m. storms, 5 a.m. storms, 6 a.m. storms, 7 a.m. storms, 8 a.m. storms, 9 a.m. rain, 10 a.m. rain, 11 a.m. it tapers off. And then I think mostly cloudy the rest of the day, maybe a stray shower in there. So locally heavy rainfall possible. So yeah, I guess it's gonna stay in the low 80s, which I'm fine with that. Tuesday 86. Wednesday showers 85. Now I think Wednesday we're not gonna stream either. Or if I do, it'll be a short one. I mean they've all been short. Thursday PM thunderstorms, Friday PM thunderstorms, Saturday PM thunderstorms. But they're all like 38%, 44%. I mean, it obviously could change. Because I think Wednesday I want to go to the discount store, and I haven't been in so long, and I want to make, obviously, a video of any good deals that I find there. So yeah, that is all I have for this morning. I will not keep this going any longer. Hope y'all have a good day, and stay tuned for Meme It Monday. Tried to make it a short this time. I know last time I couldn't quite squish it. It's one of those little things that I gotta work on making shorter so that it does make a short. I need to make shit sweet and to the point. So, obviously meme today, and then not tomorrow. And then Wednesday, and then not Thursday. And then Friday. And not the weekend. So it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday from here on out. And hopefully we can keep up with the Meme It Monday. I may have to do a couple Meme It Mondays, honestly, to catch it up. But, I mean, it being behind the amount of weeks that it is, honestly, is not that bad. It's just, like, Halloween ones are going to end up in closer to Christmas season, I think. But, yeah, it's whatever. I should actually look at the calendar and figure that out. And I may have to write on my calendar so I know which ones are being done. I may do another one for this morning because I still have time before I gotta go to work. But have a good day, y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.